Position question, and for the first time in decades, Cleveland fans are daring to believe that possibility is real. The emotional impact of this moment cannot be overstated. Browns fans have endured years of heartbreak, endless quarterback experiments, false promises, and seasons that ended before they even began. Every time a new quarterback arrived, hope would flare briefly before being extinguished by the familiar pattern of failure. That cycle created a kind of emotional fatigue, a protective skepticism that prevented fans from fully investing in any new signal caller. But watching Shadur step onto the field with confidence, watching him execute the offense, watching him deliver explosive plays and manage the game like a veteran, something shifted. You could feel it in the stadium. You could feel it online. You could feel it in the voices of analysts who suddenly spoke about Cleveland differently. This didn't feel like another temporary spark. It felt like the beginning of something. The reaction in the locker room after the game reflected that same energy. Teammates weren't just celebrating a win. They were celebrating the arrival of a leader, someone they believed could help change the trajectory of their organization. When veteran players buy in, when they rally around a rookie quarterback, that speaks volumes. The NFL is a league built on respect, and respect must be earned quickly. Shadur earned it not only through his performance, but through the preparation, focus, and composure he displayed throughout the week leading up to the game. Players notice those things. Coaches notice them. Organizations notice them. And when those factors align, you have the foundation for something powerful. The cultural relevance of this moment extends far beyond Cleveland. The Sanders family name carries weight across the sports landscape, and Shadur's success represents the continuation of a legacy that has captivated audiences for decades. But what makes this story so compelling is that Shadur isn't succeeding because of his last name. He's succeeding because of his talent, his work ethic, his mentality, and his ability to step into a high-pressure situation and perform. That distinction matters. He isn't coasting on reputation. He's building his own. For the first time in years, Cleveland has a quarterback who not only produces excitement, but also inspires confidence. Fans are talking about the future with enthusiasm rather than dread. Analysts are reconsidering their preseason predictions. Opposing teams are taking notice. Defensive coordinators will now spend hours preparing for him. And that's the clearest sign that he has arrived as a legitimate NFL threat. At the same time, it's important to acknowledge that this is just the beginning. One win does not guarantee long-term success. The NFL has humbled countless promising rookies after strong debuts. Defenses will adjust, pressure will rise, and expectations will grow. The true test will come in the weeks ahead when opponents design game plans specifically to challenge Shadur's weaknesses. How he responds to those adjustments will determine the trajectory of his rookie season and potentially his career. But based on everything we've seen so far, there is every reason to believe he will respond the same way he responded after throwing his interception, with resilience, confidence, and determination. There's also something symbolic about the way this streak ended. For decades, the Browns' quarterback position has been defined by chaos, instability, and disappointment. Breaking that streak required someone who wasn't weighed down by the past, someone who didn't internalize the franchise's painful history. Shadur played like a quarterback untouched by Cleveland's ghosts. He didn't carry the burden of those 17 losses. He didn't feel cursed. He simply played football. That mindset may be the most important factor in changing the franchise's identity moving forward. Fans who lived through the endless carousel of quarterbacks understand the emotional weight of this moment. They remember the hype surrounding each new arrival, the hope that this time would be different, followed by the crushing realization that nothing had changed. That history makes this win feel cathartic, like a psychological barrier has finally been shattered. Browns fans are allowing themselves to celebrate again, to believe again, and that energy is contagious. The business implications, the cultural relevance, the organizational momentum, and the emotional impact all converge to create one undeniable truth. This game mattered. It mattered to the franchise. It mattered to the fan base. It mattered to the narrative surrounding Shadur Sanders. And it mattered to the NFL as a whole, which thrives on compelling storylines and rising stars. The league benefits when a team like Cleveland becomes relevant, when a young quarterback emerges as a national figure, when fans across the country tune in to watch a player's journey unfold. Now, as the Browns prepare for their next challenge, the pressure will intensify. Expectations will rise. The conversations will shift from whether Shadur can win a game to whether he can sustain success. But for today, for this moment, it's important to recognize what was accomplished. A curse was broken. A narrative was rewritten. A rookie stepped onto the field and did something no Cleveland quarterback had done in nearly 30 years. And he did it with confidence, skill, and composure that suggests this might only be the beginning. So now the question becomes, what comes next? Is this the spark that finally ignites a new era of Browns football? Can Shadur build on this performance and grow into the franchise quarterback Cleveland has been searching for since the mid-1990s? Will this victory be remembered as the turning point, the moment when everything changed? Or will it become another bright spot in an otherwise familiar pattern? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. This story has captivated the football world, and everyone will be watching closely as the next chapter unfolds. What do you think? Is Shadur Sanders the quarterback Cleveland has been waiting for? Did this win truly break the curse, or is it too early to tell? And how far do you believe the Browns can go with him under center? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because this conversation is just getting started. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more dramatic, insightful coverage of the biggest stories in sports, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. The journey has only begun, and you'll want to be here for every moment of it.